Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Hoopa GTA. Here's a guide to selling property in GTA 6. Number 10, why sell? The first question a player must ask themselves is why they are selling the property in the first place, as it'll determine their next steps. If it's to upgrade to a larger building, then the intent isn't to draw any money out of the transaction and merely upgrade. In that case, just swap the property for a bigger property, and this guide will show how. But if the idea is to earn money from the deal, then a lot more thought needs to be put into it and some additional steps are needed.
Yes. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Number 9, sell via swap. There is no direct way to sell property in the game. The closest is via a property swap. Essentially, a player will sell a property by buying a new property cheaper and selling off their desired property to make room for the new one. A high value property is traded for a cheap property with a difference in value going to the player's bank account. Generally speaking, the player will want the highest valued property to sell and the cheapest property possible to switch to. Number 8, what can you own? Currently, the player can own a total of 6 properties with a max number for certain property types. A player can have 6 apartments, houses, and garages, 1 motorcycle club house, 5 motorcycle club businesses, 1 office, 3 CEO garages, 1 vehicle warehouse, 5 crate warehouses, 1 yacht, 1 bunker, and 1 hangar. This means the player will need to own 6 properties before they can use one to sell. It's important to keep this in mind when buying properties and for the intention of selling, as it'll take some time and money to acquire 6 properties before being able to sell. Number 7, best property types to buy and sell. The best properties to use for this buy and sell strategy are things that don't make money on their own and are outclassed by profitable properties. For instance, an apartment quickly becomes useless when players can put living quarters in their business. For this reason, it's a great property to park money in. Generally speaking, apartments, garages, houses, and in some cases yachts are great properties to buy and be sold later. Though really any property the player doesn't plan on keeping will work. Number 6, properties you shouldn't sell. Usually the player will want to sell properties that are no longer useful or valuable for them to own. This means that properties that are designed to make money or serve multiple functions are poor choices to get rid of. A bunker, for instance, can make the player millions with illegal arms trafficking, and a clubhouse can be used to make money and act as a safe house. This is irrelevant if the player is getting rid of a property for something better. But for the intent of storing money, it's best to get it at a less useful property. Number 5, most expensive properties. Trading in the most expensive properties is the best way to gain the highest amount of money possible. Currently, the most expensive property in the game is the Aquarius yacht, which goes for $8 million. The other yachts, Maze Bank Tower Office and Garage, Darnell Bros Warehouse, Cypress Warehouses, Fort Zancudo Hangar A2, and Lombok West Office and Garage are all expensive as well. But far and away, the best property to park money in is the Aquarius yacht. Number 4, cheapest properties. It's important to know the cheapest properties available in the game to maximize returns. Currently, the cheapest property is the popular street unit 124 garage for $25,000. In fact, generic garages are the cheapest properties in the game, making them the best candidates for a swap. The best scenario for freeing up a player's money is to trade the Aquarius yacht for the popular street unit 124 garage. This allows the player to keep a garage to trade up later and nets a cool $7,975,000 into their pocket. Number 3, how to do the trade. Now that the player knows the best properties to trade, it's time to learn how to actually switch them around. The first step is to hop on the phone or internet and access Dynasty 8 real estate site. From there, the player chooses which property they want to buy and will be prompted to sell the property to make room for it. And that's really it. As stated before, the process is surprisingly simple once the player has 6 properties, but the key is knowing the best properties and what to do with that money to maximize returns. Number 2, what to do with the money. Once the player that has the money in their pocket, the next question should be what to spend it on. Ideally, that money should go to an activity or investment that will yield even more earnings. This can be done by buying a property with income potential like an office or a bunker. Alternatively, it could be used to buy better gear prior to going on a money-making run. Using those funds as seed money for a better weapon, armor, and a bigger car can yield a higher return if done correctly. Number 1, when you shouldn't sell. There are times when the player is better off leaving their money stashed in a property rather than swapping it out. One instance might be when the property is one that makes a large recurring revenue stream. For instance, a player could make $1 million or so trading in a bunker, but they'd earn a few million keeping the bunker and running illegal gun trafficking operations instead. Another example might be if the player is planning on spending or keeping the money in a way that has a high risk of loss. This could be supplies for a player's business that can be stolen, a supercar that can be stolen or destroyed, or keeping it on their person while out in the open. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.